When you are listening to a podcast or a video on YouTube, there's nothing worse than having to turn up the volume super loud to hear what's being said, and then being immediately bombarded with distorted sound when it gets too loud. If you can fix this, you're going to be 75% of the way to sounding more professional. It all starts with the microphone preamp level. This is the first setting you should set once you've verified that your microphone is properly sending audio to the mixer or interface that you're using. A lot of beginners will just kind of talk quietly into the mic with a quick check 1, 2, crank up the preamp gain, and start rolling. But then when the show starts, they start speaking much louder into the microphone, and that's when you hear distortion. Instead, I'd recommend speaking into the mic with as much energy and level as you think you'll have when speaking during the show. At that level, set the mic preamp so that the level meter on your mixer or your recording software reads about -18 or -12 dBFS. And that's exactly what the DLZ Creator mixers do when using the Listen and Set It For Me feature. During the initial mic setup process, I can tell it which type of microphone I'm using, such as a condenser or dynamic mic, and the device will automatically apply phantom power if needed and set the preamp gain based on my voice and the level coming from the microphone. See, in digital audio, you'll most often see a full scale meter that ranges from -infinity at the bottom to 0 at the top. It will sound perfect all the way up to 0 dB, but once you exceed 0 dB, it's going to sound awful because the top of the waveform just gets clipped off. So the key consideration when setting the preamp level is that the loudest parts of the audio do not reach 0 dB full scale. Leaving 12 to 18 dB of headroom means you'll have a good buffer before distortion will occur. If you're someone who speaks with a very wide dynamic range, with a big difference between the quietest and loudest parts, stick around because I've got a tip for you later in the video. First, I want to mention that mic technique also plays a big role in setting proper levels with microphone preamps. I think we all intuitively understand that sound picked up by a microphone will be louder when the microphone is closer and will be quieter with more distance. For this reason, you should strive to keep a consistent distance between you and the mic. If you set the preamp gain while the microphone is a foot away from you, and then you put the microphone only 3 to 6 inches away during the show, it's going to be a lot louder and you run the risk of distorting your audio. The solution is to maintain a consistent distance from the microphone during sound check and the show. And if you want to be a true professional about it, you can adjust your distance from the mic when you speak quietly, moving closer, and when you shout or laugh loudly, moving further away. As a general guideline, I'd recommend putting the mic about 2 to 6 inches away from the person speaking. The more distance, the more gain that's needed. If you speak loudly and project your voice into the mic, you'll need less preamp gain. But people who speak quietly will need more gain. This isn't a big problem with the Onyx 80 preamps in these mixers or with the preamps in most gear. If the person is quiet, they can move a bit closer to the mic. But later in the video, I'll explain how distance from the mic can affect tone as well as level. But for now, shoot for about 2 to 6 inches and set a good gain level with about 12 to 18 dB of headroom. I have a certain aesthetic in my videos where I don't wear headphones. Partly because headphones make me look like a dork. But there have been times when I've recorded a full video only to find that there were points in the recording where my voice exceeded 0 dB and clipped. If I monitored my voice in headphones during these situations, I would have heard the problem and adjusted the mic preamp or talked quieter. So I'd recommend wearing headphones if you look cool in headphones. And you should probably wear them even if you look dorky in them too. This will help to ensure that the levels are consistent and your signal is free of distortion or noise. And it also helps a lot if you have multiple people having a conversation, because while talking over one another in a normal conversation sounds natural, it can be really annoying to someone listening to the recording or the stream. If you and your guests wear headphones, you'll be less likely to talk over one another, and the show will be a lot more enjoyable to listen to. In the next video, I'll show you how to eliminate echo when talking with remote guests, using a technique called mix minus that's also built into these mixers. I'll see you there.